Well, it appears things are heating up in the Whoniverse. NCUTI GATWA seemingly confirming a third series with himself as the lead as the Doctor, despite just recently Russell T Davies saying that Season 3 wouldn't be confirmed until after Season 2 airs. And we have a brand new sort of mystery going on with regards to the Doctor Who social media, which I think is likely to do with NCUTI GATWA's appearance on the Graham Norton show this evening. Lots to go over. Subscribe if you're new, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're just over 500 subscribers away from 25,000, so if you are brand new here, if just 500 of you subscribe will actually make it to my goal. This has been my goal for ages, but with that said, let's get right into it. So here we go. Doctor Who star NCUTI GATWA says Season 16 is being filmed next year. The 15th Doctor star speaks out about the sci-fi show's future on tonight's Graham Norton show. While Doctor Who fans know for certain about the show's short-term future, that it will be returning for a Christmas special this year and a 15th season in 2025, there are still some question marks beyond that. The show has yet to be officially renewed for a 16th season, with Disney Plus also now involved in producing the series with the BBC. Despite this, it certainly seems that 15th Doctor star NCUTI GATWA is optimistic, as he has now said they start filming his third run of episodes next year. Speaking on tonight's Graham Norton show, GATWA was asked about Doctor Who, to which he said, "It's all going well, we did the second series this year, the Christmas special is coming up, and we are filming a third series next year." Straight from the horse's mouth. Obviously, for those of you who might be confused as to how they're getting Graham Norton information before Graham Norton comes out, press publications like this will often get briefed on shows before they actually air. So that's how we know this is accurate. It's worth noting that this statement appears to contrast those recently made by showrunner Russell T Davies. He wrote in the most recent issue of Doctor Who magazine, "The decision to commission Season 3 won't be made until after Season 2 is transmitted, and that's always been the deal since the start. Hey, we might even have a day off. Although, maybe not, with the whole of TWB, The War Between the Land and the Sea, to complete and the rest of Season 2 to hammer into shape, so the great work goes on." Etc, etc, the stuff we covered yesterday. If you want more detail on Doctor Who magazine, I've got a whole video going over the main bits of news from that yesterday, so make sure you go check that out after this video. GATWA will be seen appearing on Graham Norton tonight, talking primarily about his role in the National Theatre's importance of being earnest. He will be sat alongside Zoe Saldana and Selena Gomez, talking about their musical comedy drama, Amelia Perez, Miranda Hart talking about her memoir, I Haven't Been Entirely Honest With You, Kevin Kine talking about Apple TV Plus's series Disclaimer, and Rag and Bone Man, who will be performing live. So there you go, there's the article that I first saw this from via Radio Times, and this has naturally confused everyone. Super TV also wrote out a tweet saying, Doctor Who has been renewed for Season 3, and it'll film next year. Speaking on tonight's episode of Graham Norton, GATWA said, "It's all going well, we did the second series this year, the Christmas special, and we're filming a third series next year." So as you may recall, in yesterday's video, I pondered that what I think is going on here is that the BBC are more than up for a third series. In their minds, it's basically going ahead no matter what. The question is whether Disney want to buy back in or not, whether Disney want to continue funding Doctor Who going forwards, and Doctor Who Filming Locations has echoed my sentiments on Twitter today, saying Season 3 being commissioned currently means Disney confirming their involvement. I imagine whatever the decision, Season 3 would begin filming in 2025 at some point. The question is currently with Disney as partner or not. So yeah, I think this is the core of it. I think we're getting a Season 3 with NCUTI GATWA regardless now, especially considering he said it's penciled in, or it seems to be penciled in, for 2026. It's just whether Disney are funding it or not. Time will tell on that front, but it is at least somewhat reassuring to hear that GATWA seems to think that he is doing a third season, especially considering some of the nonsense rumours that are going around that I've covered before. But in other news, we got this post from the Doctor Who socials the other night, which seems like a normal post that they would make, saying a break from dancing or from some stuffy Regency jackets. And it's just a picture of NCUTI GATWA and Jonathan Groff on the set of Rogue. But as you can see here, there was this weird Time Lord Gallifreyan insignia, and people were wondering what this actually meant. Well, it turns out that these messages have actually been going on the Doctor Who social medias for some time. They began, as far as we can tell, on the 25th of September, with this very faint one you can see in the corner by here, and was also seen on the 3rd of October by this camera by here, and then finally the one that started it all, this one here. And thanks to a good friend of mine, Ivy, who knows how to translate Gallifreyan, because there is an official Gallifreyan alphabet that is BBC sanctioned, they seem to believe each one translates to keep your eyes peeled, can you hear me, and hello. So this seems to be a long-term tease for something in the future. Initially I speculated that it could be for a Rogue spin-off, given that keep your eyes peeled was on a picture of Rogue. However, given that this is a longer-term thing, it seems more likely that this is building up to some sort of trailer, possibly on Graham Norton. And in fact, something else that kind of gives credence to that idea is TV Zone recently saying, joy to the world, the Time Lord has come. So I think we might well get a trailer or preview clip on Graham Norton tonight. I'll be covering it if we do, of course. But I've also left a secret Gallifreyan marking on my own video. And if you guys can translate it, let me know in the comments below. Just in case you're curious as well, if you go on the Doctor Who, I believe this is the Instagram page, they did a Guess the Story Instagram story, and obviously it's Wildly Yonder, and interestingly, that also has a Gallifreyan marking on it that seemingly translates to Wildly Yonder, secretly giving you the answer, which is very fun, but also shows that there is precedent for the Doctor Who social media team to use Gallifreyan as a means to tell fans secret messages and bits of information. So this isn't just some crackpot thing, there is some legitimacy to this. On season 3 particularly, I will advise that we wait and see what he actually says on Graham Norton itself. It might be that he adds some additional context that isn't present on these articles. However, at the same time, I feel fairly confident that we are going to get a Gatwa season 3 at this point. It is just a case of whether Disney are involved or not. That's my personal feeling on it. Again, it's nice to see him say that in public. And again, it does kind of dispel some of the rumours that have been flying around about, like, there being friction on the set and stuff. I don't think he'd say that if it were the case. So, yeah, I think it's honestly just a case of whether Disney are going to be involved or not. In full fairness, with, I think it was Doctor Who Series 1 and Series 2, there was a gap in commissioning for those. So I suppose this isn't exactly a new thing. But I do hope that once we know one way or the other what's happening with season 3 from, like, Disney's end and stuff, we just know it's going to be carrying on onwards, or at the very least, if like Disney do agree to it, they agree to another 2 series, so Series 3 and Series 4, so that way we're not having to worry about this for a while, because this has been kind of an annoying back and forth in the Doctor Who fandom for a while, and it's just nice to know that Doctor Who is safe. Even when I was sort of struggling with Doctor Who in the previous era, I always want Doctor Who to be on and have a presence in pop culture and be doing well, no matter what. And I think that's in the best interest of every Doctor Who fan, even if you don't like the current stuff, which personally for me, I'm quite enjoying. I do think it's an improvement over the previous stuff, but there we go. Well, what were your thoughts on all the latest Doctor Who news? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.